Your thoughts on the match, basically.
We have 2 matches to play.
Yeah, your thoughts on this one, yeah.
I come, I might digest this one first.
You know, digest time. You already they talk about the other one.
No, for me, Tamo.
You know, I took time to watch the Angolan team, and I was a bit skeptical.
Okay.
Even before the match.
Like you were scared.
Yes, I was scared.
You were skeptical.
You were frightened.
Yes, I was frightened,
Skeptical.
and I got to a time as if I lost my peace. What I'm saying so is that I've watched the Angolan team and I know what they can bring to the party. I was a little bit afraid of their attacking prowess. The likes of Gilberto, the likes of Gesindala, Mbululu. I watched them and their midfield. But today, the Eagles, let's just say God did us good because there's no country that prays like Nigeria. We have been praying since morning and others, so that God should
I beg
help
if
us.
not the prayer, you know how many for them, we just leave them.
You're not praying for the World Cup.
No,
They're on our 4th World Cup.
No, what I'm saying so is that these people also have chances. They created more chances than even us. They had
not just clinical enough.
Don't you feel that like I'm not cutting you, but don't you feel that Angola might have not turned up today? It was more of we expected Nigeria to play underdogs, but yet Angola came to play the underdogs.
No, Angola never played underdogs.
No, but in form of the attack.
No, they did.
Watch their previous matches. Angola from beginning of the match to the end of the match. Area balls, and you see that they are top scorer where they go even coil ball. But now they met Nigeria, and Nigerian defense just showed them. They want a chunk of the midfield. I can give them that. But in the end, they did not turn up as much as the way they turned up against Guinea. Even with the red card, and even when they turned up in their group, I expected so much. I expected them to overwhelm us, like they pursue ball.
No, to me, we have seen some fluidity in our defense.
Yeah,
this happens to we used to say the best defense in the cup.
Right now, because of the clean sheets and the clean and discipline.
But from the beginning of the game, apart from that goal we considered against Equatorial Guinea, we have actually seen the solidity in our defense.
Yeah,
but today, they made a light of that defense.
Okay.
We saw the lights of that we have Zedu Sanusi was playing. It was totally overwhelmed.
But that one we have always complained that he has not been like a better starter.
Looking at where Semi Ajayi and what's the name? Semi Ajayi, Tusekong and Kevin Bassey plays. We have seen that they are beatable.
Yes.
They exposed the Nigerian defense
completely
today. Just that they weren't able to take their chances
at all.
So coming to the game, Angola did not play the underdogs. To my own opinion,
okay,
because they took the game to Nigeria. They had more possession than Nigeria. They overwhelmed the midfield. Osimhen was actually isolated. The way Osimhen played against Cameroon, they didn't give him that space.
No, what they did when that Osimhen part, they gave Osimhen somebody that is as strong as him. In form of like there was that physicality. They had an edge in physicality over Osimhen because even Osimhen tried to convert half chances in the header and more of like the set piece. He knew that going with the physical strength to try and overpower their defense was almost impossible. So why don't I go with the area balls? So if maybe we had capitalized more of that area balls, we would have scored more goals.
But do you notice something again? In the match against Cameroon, the wingers, the Moses Simon and Lookman and Olaoluwa, they exploit that their role. Mm-hmm. But in this match, the same thing we have been complaining where Osimhen is totally isolated.
Yeah.
It showed up again. That's why I say we have 2 matches to go. And we cannot be near perfection now. If there are things that have been going on for this coach that have been going well, he should go back and read the match between Cameroon and Nigeria.
Definitely.
I know all teams cannot be the same.
Okay.
But in the Cameroonian match, there was a kind of cohesion between the wingers and Osimhen. But in this match, he was actually totally isolated. So if the South Africa or maybe the Cape Verde want to play Nigeria and decide to go on with this same formation that this Angolan went for, we'll see that we are going to have that same issue getting a goal.
But like I feel that the Osimhen presence has also played a very huge role. Imagine Osimhen not being in this match. Imagine that defense dealing with Lookman in form of physicality. and the strength, and obviously the Angolan, they were fast. They were not slow. So now imagine them dealing with what they call it, Lukman and Simon. The wings are dead. Then maybe they just give Osimhen the remaining 2 defenders who are almost handicapped in that match because we are expecting to create from the midfield, which is not coming. I don't know why we easily lose that midfield. In matches where maybe that we are not turning up, the midfield is lost easily. And when that midfield is lost, it looks like the opposition is against us. It's more of like they're on our neck. Because more of they've won the midfield, we will now switch back to aerial balls that is not working because there's no overlapping striker ahead of Osimhen for him to maybe like direct the ball to the person. Do you understand? But I don't know if maybe this has worked for Pesero because in an interview, I think Pesero was the one that answered why he prefers Osimhen alongside. He said he likes that the form of the player chose to always walk alone and all that.
But playing alone and all that. I picked up because I had to watch the Cameroonian match. I watched it about 3 times before this match. You can see that the movement of what's the name Frank Onyeka in that Cameroon match is different from what he did today. He was scared of leaving our defense.
Yeah.
Because of the firing power of the Angolans.
Yeah, no, because the other wing was bad. See, this is where you expect. See, when as a team you would realize that a particular part of your wing is being used. So the best thing to do is to keep your central in form of let me protect this part here. You cannot do the defense job for that wing that is gone. It's the coach to observe, make the right substitution or switch the formation. But now the coach was not going to do that because somehow the coach trusts the person there. But now this is where the defense have to just stick together like, okay, protect your keeper. Anything that if this wing goes wrong and the ball comes in, we are ever ready and able to defend it and clear it out. So I just feel that maybe that's what the defense stick to because they did not try to go and take over that wing back. It was more of they let it go. Maybe they might have given the coach 1 or 2 signs, but he didn't do any like this thing there.
And that is where the coach comes in because week in game in, game out, we have experienced the same set of substitutions. Okay, peradventure Osimhen had that injury. Is it what's the name, Paul Onuachu? If we have about 30 minutes to go, will Paul Onuachu be able to give us what we need?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So if these people have noticed you, they have studied you, the same way you're studying them, they're studying you. They know that if you remove so person, is this so person you're bringing in? Can't you just be dynamic?
I just feel that the coach is sticking to the team that works.
Personally, for me, I know this whole midfield. I think it's just the fact that maybe what we are expecting from our midfield is not just happening. These guys did not really take the midfield because there was no too much midfield battle.
Yeah,
there was no much midfield. It was what was actually going on in the match was basically the wings, and they themselves, they are used to also doing that route one football, take from here. So it's usually not most of the time you get to the midfield. It's even the wingers. Even when you see the wingers, even when you see the number 10 self in the midfield, there is a midfielder. You see him close to our own, goalpost, trying to communicate with his winger. So I think it's more of wing football and the same kind of pattern of football, route one football, just from here to here. I think this is the only team that have really exposed and opened the Nigerian defense.
Yes.
They have opened. They have shown that
they are beatable.
Yeah, they've shown that because it's our defense has been going for us. But then again, these people, they've really opened, and yes, they did not take the opportunity.
Exactly.
If not, imagine that ball hitting the post. It would have been a different ball game. But then again, thank God they hit the post, and indeed they have really, really. I don't know why Pesero has decided not to keep Calvin Bassey where Zaid is supposed to be. And just carry, just play Kenneth Omeru. Omeru is a very, very good defender who knows how to read the game as well. So I would really, really love Omeru to just try and make that change. Leave Zaidu. Because Zaidu's decision making this match was.
Did you watch his
final
thing? I know we played very
poor. He's shooting.
I know we played very poor with Cape Verde or what you played Guinea. That were 1-0, but go and look at that match. Our wing in form of the defense worked.
Yes.
Saidu didn't play that defense, and we didn't have any complaint that this defense would.
As a matter of fact,
wrong.
Yes, shifting Bassi to that side.
Zaidu started.
He started, but when immediately they changed,
The one that we won 1-0.
everybody saw the difference that
He has played all of them.
Yes, but when they changed him and put Calvin Bassey, everybody knew the difference. That there was a difference here. That more. In fact, that was even when we started praising Bassey more safe, because then the balls were coming and he was ready to marshal everything out. I mean, Olajuwon today was guilty of. He was just there. It was nothing too spectacular. But our centre backs, Ajayi was rock. And Ekong being Ekong, and Franco Yeka has been very, very immense.
And you didn't talk about our goalkeeper.
No, Wabali is amazing. Wabali is amazing. I feel. I don't know, but maybe if I send another keeper did, they are not supposed to concede.
Yes,
you understand me. And now Alex Iwobi, please.
He's too slow. We've been saying it there.
His reaction. There
was one ball that Wabali shouted at him.
Yes, is mad. You cannot lose the ball,
and just
is Pesero not seeing this?
Is very, very slow.
That's the truth, because
that's the thing. That's a good question. Who is there? There's nobody.
No, but you need. This is where you need a good goalkeeper to command a lot of things. That's why I said a goalkeeper is the one that basically commands the team.
He shouted at him. Because
you are seeing the thing that this player is doing is causing that threat.
Yeah.
That is coming to your own defense, and it's not every ball that the goalkeeper is allowed to catch. There are some he has to let in. There are some he has to just let go. But now your defense, which comes from before your defense is being attacked, the mistake has to come from the midfield. If the midfield is wrong and porous, that defense is open.
Yeah.
It takes like the defenders to act to have two brains to be able to mark out a particular attack, especially when the attack is coming from midfield and wingers. It's very hard to defend that, because mistakes can happen, miskicks, mishead, all those ones can happen there. But this is where we want Iwobi. Oh yeah, now when he's playing in Fulham now, Iwobi was upgraded to playing the right wing. What happened? Playing right wing, does it mean that you are slow? Is Iwobi slow in Fulham? He's not slow, but yet you're playing Nigeria and it looks like you're always lost.
That's something we need to look at. Iwobi is not really slow in Fulham.
He's not really slow in Fulham.
He's even playing something much more strenuous. He's always going here. It's like a free roll. So he's always sticking. I don't know.
What I would have said is that Nigeria, for example, Nigeria is not a club side. Nigeria is a country. And in the club side, you have a pool of players you can pick from. But in the country, you have a vast majority. A country is like an ocean where you have so many players. Nigeria has the highest number of foreign players all over the world. If you go to India, you even find them. So what I'm saying is that you have like an ocean. This is the time after this Nations Cup, the coach should go in. You don't need to buy. It is not. You don't need any transfer fee.
Yeah.
To sign these players.
Locals.
Go and look for a good midfielder. We know if we had the likes of maybe Ndidi wouldn't have been saying this.
Have you ever asked how they found Wabali? Because you would say that Wabali was coaching for Africa, a very top side.
Yeah.
Or maybe he has had Premier League experience, or maybe he has won the Champions League. But you see the way he brings in experience to commanding the defense. And so far, so good. It's more of we are scared if Wabali doesn't keep.
Yes.
That's how, because now, how did they find Wabali? Why can't they go and find better players the way they found him?
We have good Nigerians in South Africa. We have good Nigerians in
They explore. It mustn't be the Premier League. It mustn't be these major leagues.
Give them an equal opportunity.
Give them equal to challenge with these people. Experience is experience.
All right. I mean, our wingers as well. Our wingers were good. I think they did more of defensive than the normal attacking, and that was one of the reasons why Victor Osimhen was left out. See, if in all the matches, is this match that Victor Osimhen has ever been left out? No. Is this match it's been his own isolation in this match is much, and it's because these guys were also trying to do some defensive work. And then I bet be like with the talk say it would be no good, but then again, it was see that bar ball that hits the bar, it was very, very lazy there. So you could imagine him, them scoring that goal. It's as if he's trying to protect his leg. You see the ball, put body, put body, do some things them. Do something so that we know that okay, yes, you want to contend for the boys, but it's not doing anything.
This is why you just want sometimes when you have a coach that calls players out.
I don't like that idea.
No, I don't like the idea. No, I'm not a fan because it can create stuff in the dressing room. It can create a divided dressing room. Before person will lose half of the dressing room. Do you understand? But I'm trying to say now that what is Iwobi? How does the Fulham coach address Iwobi and make him play up to speed? Is it that Pesero is not addressing Iwobi the same way, or maybe Pesero is just looking at it as he's bringing Iwobi to do game management? Because being slow in a team, you are doing game management. You are not. I've not seen any slow team that has won.
No, but if he wants to stick with Iwobi, you still have a way. You just mentioned something else to us. The wings today, he got to a stage we are tired.
Yeah.
Look, man, there was a boy, he couldn't even anticipate the ball because he was tired. Why don't you shift Iwobi to the wings and bring in an additional player in Yusuf to play with Onyeka? At least you can kill the game. Iwobi can still run from the side. He can still create from the side.
It's more like he trusts Iwobi too much.
All right. Give me I beg you.
Thanks for watching. Right here, another one of our videos where you're supposed to like and all our social media links. I beg, follow us on every platform because we get content for